Hello, I'm Tara Darkany. I'm the owner of Mistress of Stitch. On today's videos, I'm going to show you how to do a variety of different embroidery techniques. Hello, I'm going to show you how to do embroidery by hand, sometimes called free embroidery as well. So you can make lots of lovely things with hand embroidery, and it's also a really relaxing thing to do as well. So I've made this pendant using hand embroidery. This little bird brooch as well uses hand embroidery. I've embroidered a little button. You can make vintage style lavender bags. And of course you can also make pictures in a wide variety of styles as well. So to get you started with your hand embroidery, you'll need a few different things. So you need some fabric or something to embroider onto. If you're a beginner, a nice medium weight linen fabric is a really nice fabric to get started on. It's really easy to work with and it looks really lovely as well. You'll also need some threads. So good threads to start with are embroidery floss, your cotton perle, or your crewel embroidery wool. So I'm going to show you two things that you'll really need to know before you start doing any embroidery, and that's how to put your fabric into a frame and also how to start and finish your thread. So I'm just going to start with how to put your fabric into a hoop frame like this. So you take your frame and you just make sure that the frame is closed, so you can adjust the tightness with the screw at the top. Okay, so then you're going to push out the inside frame from the outside and place the inside frame on the table. Then you lay your fabric over the frame and press the outer frame over the top. If it won't quite go down, then you just unscrew the outer frame just slightly until it will push down onto your frame. Okay? And you should have a nice drum tight piece of fabric. If you've got a stiff fabric like felt, then you don't need to put it into a frame. Now I'm going to show you how to start and finish your thread in embroidery. So we don't start with a knot because it can show through onto the top side of the work. So what you need to do is take your thread through and you can leave a long tail. Then once you've made a few stitches, you can turn the fabric over and thread the end, and then just weave the thread through the stitches that you've now made, and then trim the end. Another way to start your thread is in an area that you're going to stitch over later. So either a filled in area or along the line of your embroidery design. So you take the needle in from the top and leave a little tail. Then you take two stitches, two tiny back stitches in the area that's going to be covered over later with your embroidery. They're so small that you can hardly see them, but they keep the thread in place. The next thing that you need to do is trim the end that's showing, and that holds your thread in place while you're sewing, so that later on you can just stitch over and they won't show at all. You can use both these methods, that's weaving through and the tiny back stitches, to start and finish your threads when you're doing embroidery. So just to recap, that's how you start and finish a thread in embroidery. If you want to learn more about doing hand embroidery, there's lots of video jog videos on all different types of stitches and techniques for hand embroidery.